Print typography is about precision. EPUB typography is about permission. You control the print page, but the reader controls the EPUB. So your body styles must be different. And it's in this exercise, Mastering Paragraph Styles in Affinity Publisher for Clean, Consistent Book Layouts, that I'll show you how to achieve this so that all your documents look professional and read very cleanly, just like the ones you see here. It's not as hard as you think, and it's very professional. Same text, different styles and different rules for print body style and EPUB body style. So let's get started, shall we? Now the first thing I want to do is create a 6x9 paperback. And you can see this is based on the US trade paperback, which is 6x9. That's very standard in the US. In the UK, they're often 5-inch books, but we'll use the US one because it's quite a good standard and it's widely available around the world. Okay, so having selected US trade paperback, I just go up here and click on the section there and type in 6x9 paperback. Don't create the preset yet because you haven't actually created it. The document's in inches, DPI 300, 6x9. The colour format, RGB8, we'll leave it at that, because if you send this to a print shop, they'll adjust it anyway to suit their printing preferences. Now, in this particular book, because I'm writing novels and things, I'm not embedding much in the way of images. So image placement, prefer embedded. Then you don't have to go looking for them. It's a multi-page document. Pages are arranged horizontally, and there is a facing page, and it starts on the right. All chapters start on the right-hand page, the recto page. Now, number of pages, I only need to set this to 1 because I'm going to fill the document with text, which will expand out to suit the length of the book. I'm not actually writing the book in Publisher. That's a bit of a labour of love if you try and do it that way. So I'll be writing my book in Scrivener and importing the text into Publisher so I can do print and EPUB versions of it. Default master, I'll create master pages. Now the margins, the inner margin that's nearest the gutter, 0.75 inches. The outer margin, right at the edge, right-hand side and left-hand side, 0.5. Top margin, 0.76. And the bottom margin, 0.9. Now, because it's a print book, I'm going to put bleed on all 4 sides of 0.125. Just be aware that if you upload this to KDP do not like you to put your own bleed there. They will do their own. So you might find it says, oh, major error, you have text here and margins there, all sorts of things. Just check first that you're sending bleed or no bleed to it. Now with that created, let's look at this. That's a preset, so you can come back to that at any time. You don't have to do all that again. Just create the document. And there we are. There's the document created. Now notice that there are no styles being used at the moment, either text styles or paragraph. I've got those panels showing there so I can see them. Now this is, you'll notice there's no paragraphs or things up here because there's no text. There's a body style, there's a bullet 1, bullet 2, and so on. Nothing special there at all. And what we're going to do next is create those styles, because this is a tutorial about creating and using styles. Now it's fairly it's not terribly intuitive, I find. You'd think that you can do it there, but no, that sets already created paragraphs. We've got paragraphs here and text styles here under text styles. Let's worry about that in a minute. the first thing I want to do to get this show on the road, go over to the left-hand side. Let's put in a frame text tool. Now you'll notice I've got snapping on, so I get a red and green line there. I can drag out my text frame to there. And there's our text frame. There's our first little triangle there, and there's the triangle there for extending text out to the next pages. Let's just press there, and you can see, you might be able to see just there's a cursor just flicking on and off there. That's just what we want. Now, there's no styles, there's no nothing there yet. Let's have a play with this, because we can come back and do these things over and over. For now, I'm just going to put some text in there, some filler text, insert, filler text. And there we go. Now you can see that's probably actually all you want if you're doing an EPUB, and I'll come to that later. But right now, there's no style. Let's see what happens if I click on the body text. Nothing spectacular. So let's select all the text in that page. Change it to body text. Nothing. Change it to bullet text. Oh, well, that's not what we want, is it? So as you can see, the body text is very standard. And we're going to change that because that's pretty ordinary, isn't it? Okay. Now, the first thing we need to do to change this is create another body style. So before we go any further, let's have a look and see what we've got here. Now, if I step through each of these areas of this document and you watch the right-hand side here, you'll see which style is applied here. There's chapter 1, and you can see chapter title, and the style, the paragraph style, switches to chapter title. Now if we go to the first paragraph of the body, and I've called that body first, that's the first paragraph of chapter 1, following the chapter heading. Now we've got a little thing here that's easy. That's a scene break. Don't worry about the fact that it says no style there. For some reason it does that. Now we'll go to the body of the text, which is that one there. And that says body, easy. It's the beginning of a new paragraph in the body. And you'll notice that I haven't yet got the alignment done. So we'll do that while we're here, shall we? Now let's have a look how we do this. Don't start with this paragraph in this one, or I won't. You'll have something different. What I've done here is select the body text, and that's the style name body, because body first is based on body text, so it should affect both of them if I now make changes. If I go to here, alignment, set the alignment to justified last line left. So it's justified, and the last line of each paragraph is left justified. So you don't have those huge gaps in the middle. Very useful. Okay, just click that, justified line left. Letting no changes. I'm not changing anything else. Space between, same style as used space before, no change. So we'll just OK that. Now the body's changed, and body first is also changed, so that the paragraphs are nicely attached to either side. Justified, but justified left. Very useful. One more fix to do in this little part, because you don't want bare words in the end of sentences or broken words. As in, now we have the beginning of a new para. You don't want para on one line and graph on the other one. You want a hyphenation active. So simply go down the list to hyphenation and select Use Auto Hyphenation. Don't make any changes in there. And that will apply, of course, again to any style you have that's based on the body style that you've created. Now I think the last thing that we have to do is fine-tune the justification settings. So have your Paragraph Studio open again and select the paragraph. We want the style body again. In fact, you can continue doing this from where you left off. We're still on the body style. Remember, that affects body first and any other body style that you may have created. You could even put body EPUB in here if you like, but base it on the body style. But be careful with EPUB. No, sorry, bad mistake there. I shouldn't have told you that. Okay, let's concentrate. Body, and we're fine-tuning. Expand the justification setting. Now adjust the following values to industry standard gentle ranges. Word spacing, minimum 80%. The desired spacing, 100%. The maximum spacing, 120%. This is so the system can juggle words around and space them to make them fit across the justification line. Letter spacing, -2%. Desired, 0%. In other words, the same as you type them. And a maximum of 2%. Now you've got auto hyphenation enabled, and check for justify all versus justify left, which we talked about before. Instead of justify all, make sure you've got justified last line left. And that will serve you well. Click OK, and everything's good. Let's summarize creating a new style. Select the styles. Once you've got that, select New Style. Then you go to the style name, and in this case I'm calling it Body Print so that it doesn't confuse and overwrite the body style. Then next we set the font, which is Libre Baskerville in my case. That's the next line down. So you've got a nice little font, and after that you set the justification. Justified last line left. It'll be justified left and right, but the last line of every paragraph will go left. Then the body print, justification fine-tuning, 80%, 100%, 133%, and you can see those there. Now, further fine-tuning, flow options, you can see there, prevent orphaned and widowed lines. Lastly, we have the EPUB style, which is very simple. It's not based on any style. The next style is the same style, and we move straight through to where we put in a font, and you can use anything, simplified, even just Arial, because on the document the user can change it. The next thing we have is align left. There's no fancy alignment, no hyphens. So let's have a look at all of this in practice. Now here I have an example, a style body print, and it's got all of the things in it that we've just looked at. Let's click on the first one. You can see there's chapter title. If I click on the second group of text, that's body first. So the first paragraph, body first. This one here is the body for the print version. And down here is the scene break. So any text that you put in will conform to that. Now I've saved that because if you want to save the styles, you've got to export it as a template so that when you create anything else, you can use that template, which won't have this text in it, or if it does, you just take the text out and it leaves you with the styles. Very nice. It's the safest way of preserving your styles. create them first in a document like this that you exactly want, and then export it as a template. Then when you want to do your book, you import the template. Import it into the template. Now, the second one, which is the easy one, is the EPUB. This is very simple. If you're going to put chapter titles in, you have to use styles in an EPUB, and there's the chapter style there again. Now, the body is really simple, and there it is there, EPUB. I'm not using body first, which is there. I'm just using that. And that's all there is to the EPUB. Very simple, very straightforward. You don't need anything else. You don't need to have it justified right and left, because an EPUB document is under the control of the device it's being looked at on, being read on. It's under the control of the user, not you. So you don't need to set anything up. The Kindle reader or other versions of it will do that. The one that I'm most interested in, of course, is the print one. Now that one works well. Let me show you that in effect. There's Lord of the Dragon Armies, which is a book I'm working on, and I'm working my way through that, as you can see there. That's page 188, which is the bottom one there. Now, if I go back one page, one group of pages, that's that one there. And there's chapter 1, chapter title, body first, and the body text. Very useful. Now that's a quick look at how it all works, how you set it up, and how it all works. This one here, if I want to make an EPUB out of that, then I just take all of that out and set it to the body EPUB as of that one there. Okay, that's the end of that section. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some use out of it. If you did, please subscribe, share it with your friends, hit the thumbs up button to like it, and any other good things. I hope you find it useful. See you in the next video.